Hi guys, it's Love and Looms here. I am bringing you a tutorial today to show you a variation of a design I posted several days ago. It seems to have gotten quite a bit of favorable reviews. A lot of y'all liked it and stuff, so I'm going to have to take apart the original one, which is the one that you see here on my phone, so I can figure out exactly how I did that one. But today I'm going to go ahead and show you two that I have made that are just a slight variation of this one. So let me show you those and then we will get started. Here is one done in the little dual layer blues. Trying to remember exactly, maybe Liberty Blue is the name of that. And then the pink and purple dual layers, which there again, I need to learn the names of these. I am having so much trouble with that. But that one I did last night, I believe, and that's how that one looks. And then I also made one with beads, and this one I did using blue and purple in the dual layers, and then the little in-between sections I used that same purple blue that I showed you in the other one. So that's how that came out. And I only did the beads every blue section. You could also, you know, do it more frequently and have it in the purple sections or whatever color you're using. So that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to set that aside. I'm not going to do the beaded one. I'm just going to show you the basic bracelet design. So you'll need to get 1, 2, or 3 different colors. And I haven't tried this in anything other than those thin dual layer bands. So I can't attest to whether or not opaques or silks or anything else would work as nicely for this design. But anyway, 1, 2, or 3 color different bands that you'd like to use. You're going to need your hook and your C-clip. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It is going to start based on an 8-loop setup. So let's do that real quick. Put a few of these right there so that it's a little bit closer. So you need to have your cap band and then add 1 through that. Then you're going to go ahead and open it back up and pull through the left side of that cap band. Take another band, pull it through, and grab the outer side. So let's do the rest of them real quick. This is pretty basic as far as this goes. If you haven't done the 8-loop setup, I believe that Lumiella has a catalog that has a chart showing that. I'm thinking I may have a flipogram also that shows you how to set up the 6-loop, 8-loop, and maybe even the 10-loop. Okay, so we've gotten 4 bands on that side. We need to go ahead and get 4 on the other. So it's going to be the same thing. Open up that outer loop and pull up the cap band loop that's left there. Pull a band through and then pick up your outer loop before closing. Okay, and then we need to get a couple more on so that we'll have the 8 loops. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we've got our 8. So I'm going to use this green that you obviously just saw me loop on there. And then I'm going to use blue with the sparkles. Let's see, where am I at? There I am. I don't know if that one's the denim or maybe that's the Liberty. Like I said, I really need to try to learn the names better. I have a little bit of a memory issue, so. And then I'm going to try the zebra. There they are. Zebra bands as the little connecting section that connects the green to the blue and the blue to the green. So I don't know if it's going to look any good or not. We'll see. All right. So once you've got your 8 loops, you're going to go ahead and take your zebra band or whatever band you're using, and you're going to capture these 3 outer loops and close it up. Okay. You're going to switch sides, and you're going to do the same thing. Take the 3 loops, capture them, close them up, and it should look like this. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. You're going to take one more zebra band. So you're only going to use three bands in the connecting sequence part of the pattern. And you're going to go through the middle 4, and you're going to pick up those 2 green ones and then go back through the last loop and close it up. And then position that middle zebra band so that it sort of encases those center 2 bands. Okay? Now we're ready to take the next color. So we're going to use the blue. And you're going to take the first one, and you want it to go through this loop and that loop. So pull it through those 2 like that, and then we're going to recapture that outer loop just like that. Okay, so it looks like this right now. And we're going to take a second one, and we are going to pull it through the first 4 loops. So all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, pull that all the way through there, and you're going to pick up the loops of the color you just added. So if you're doing this totally solid, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to figure out which loops. You're going to have to really spend some time looking at it to make sure you're grabbing the right things. So that's what it looks like on one half. Now we're going to switch sides and do the very same thing. Okay, so we're going to grab our blue band. It's going to go through the first 2 loops, and we're going to reclaim that end loop. Okay, one more blue band. It's going to go through the first 4 loops, and we are going to capture the 2 loops from the blue band that we just loaded on there. It's going to be looking like that, but you want to have this end loop in between those 2 blue loops. Okay, so it should look like that. Now it's time to use the zebra bands again, and you'll need 3 of those. And that's what we're going to load on here to connect, to add the green back into the design. And that one was broken. Okay, so the first one is going to capture these first 3 end loops and then just close it up. We're not reclaiming anything. Switch sides or pinch it and turn it around if you don't have a double-ended hook. Grab your next band, the first 3 loops, and close it up. We're not reclaiming anything. Our third connector in between band, we're going to get the first, or not the first, the center 4 loops, but you want to make sure that you pick up the color. Leave the 2 zebras on either side of it unclaimed, and then grab the end zebra and close it up and center that so that it's right around those 2 center color loops. So it should look like this at that point. Okay, let's do it again. It's time to go to the green now. So we're going to need 4 green loops. 2, 3, 4. The first one is going to go through the first 2 zebra, and we're going to pick up that outer loop. Got stumped there for a second. I had to think where I was at. The second one is going to go and take all 4 of these loops, cast those off, and you're going to pick up the 2 loops from the green that you just added. And we don't want that in this particular sequence, so go ahead and move that so that it's in between the first and third loop. Okay, so it should look like this right now. We're ready to change sides. Alrighty, next green, we're going to go through the first 2 loops, and we want to reclaim that outer loop. Alrighty, next we're going to capture the first 4 loops, but we're going to reclaim the 2 green loops. We want to have all green at this particular section. All right, and then we need to move the second loop so that it's actually the first loop. Okay, so that's what we've got now. And we're going to need 3 zebra bands or whatever we're using as our connector. And we're going to take the first one and pick up the first 3 loops and close. We're not going to reclaim anything. Switch sides. Pick up the first 3 loops and close. Okay, now for the last zebra band, we are going to pick up the center 4 loops. And we want to reclaim the 2 colored ones. In this particular instance, it's green. And then push that through the last loop and center it so it's surrounding the colored bands. So, well, let's see. Okay, this is what we've got so far. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and do a little bit more so that I can show you, give you a better view of what it's going to look like, and then show you how we close it up. So if you'll go ahead and keep on working on it, we can come back and meet up and close it off together. Okay, I'm back, and this is what this particular design looks like with these colors, and I really like it a whole lot more than I thought I would. I think it looks pretty good, but zebra bands make almost anything look great. All right, so I have ended where I finished up the blue pattern, and I've got the 3 zebra bands, and we're not going to do a full green, but we're going to use the green to end it off, and that's also what I started with. All right, so we're going to take the first one and go ahead and do it like you normally would, where you go through the first 2 loops and reclaim the outer loop, and then switch sides. Again, you want to go through the first 2 loops and reclaim that outer loop. And then instead of adding the other 2 bands on each side, I'm going to go ahead and take 1 green one, and I'm going to reclaim, or I'm going to pull it through these middle 6. So we're just going to have that band through to the middle, and then the 2 outer bands. And then I'll take 1 more, and I'm going to pull that through everything. Okay. All right, so it should look like this. Go ahead and grab your C-clip and snap it on. I like to leave it on my hook when I do that. Should look like that. Go ahead and grab your cap band at the other end. And there you go. Now this is just one way you can finish it. Let me go ahead and show you real quick another way. I sort of like it when they match a little bit better, but I don't want to have a whole lot of bulk there either. Let's go ahead and unclip that and pull the center 2 green bands out. And then I'm going to go ahead and loop through what was on there before, we added those 2 bands, which would be the first stages of adding another green section. So let's go ahead and do another full green section. So you've already got that one on that side. We need to pull through 4 loops and pick up the 2 green loops and pull through. These flip so easy. I mean, it's some bands, when they twist and stuff, it's hard to get them to flip back in the right direction, but these are really good about that. Do the same thing on the other side. So we'll in essence have a full green section here in a minute. Okay. Now, this would be the point where we would normally go ahead and add the zebra bands to break up for the next section. Let's play around and see what we can do with just the green ones. Let's go ahead and grab the first, or not the first four, but the middle four, like that. And then let's grab these three. I have a feeling that's still not going to be exactly the look we want, though. Grab those three. And then we could grab those by bringing one loop or one band through those four loops, like so. Okay, so that's an option. When they come together, it would look like that. I mean, not a whole lot of people are going to see the underside of your bracelet. Let's see what else we could do. Let's take those three out. Take the center one out. Okay, put your 8 loops back on your hook. And let's go ahead and use the green bands as if they were the zebra ones at this point. So let's grab the outer 3, then close. Switch to the other side. Grab the outer 3 on this side and close. And then let's grab a green to go through the center 4 and pick up the center 2 and then pick up that outer loop. Okay, and now let's just go ahead and take one band to go through all 6 of those loops. I think that's probably going to be the best look, but I've given you a couple of different options, so whatever your preference is, by all means go ahead and do that. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I really like this design. It's so easy, even if you're not used to doing hook designs. I don't have a name for it yet, so if you have an idea for a good name for it, please either go on Instagram and make a comment on any of the various different colored bracelets I've done like that. And what else was I going to tell y'all? Just thank you for watching this. I hope to bring you a lot more tutorials. Have a great day. Bye.